we're going to start as usual, a bit of relaxation. So take the bolster, put the bolster on the back of the mat. Take also the 2 blocks and put the 2 blocks on the front of the mat. Sit in front of the bolster, not in contact with the bolster itself, and put the feet in Baddha Konasana. I'm just gonna silence yourself because
It's not good.
Okay, perfect. So again, bolster on the back, blocks on the front, seat in front of the bolster, but not in contact with the bolster. Put the 2 blocks outside of your knees and feet in Baddha Konasana. Put your hands behind your buttocks. Lift your hip, tag the tailbone under, and lay down over the bolster. Roll the arms outward and slide the shoulder blades over the waist. Move the back of your head away from the shoulder. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tension from your body. One more time. Relax your forehead. Eyebrows. And the skin between the eyebrows. Relax your eyes and let them sink deeper into your skull. Relax the skin of your face. Unclench your jaw. And let your lips open slightly. Relax your throat, neck, and shoulders. Relax your arms, forearms, and hands. Relax your back, the muscles of your back, and your spine, vertebra per vertebra. Relax your belly and all the abdominal area. Relax your hips, groins, legs, knees, ankles and feet. Bring the awareness into your breathing cycle and start observing every aspect of your breathing cycle. Which part of your body moves the most? The chest or the belly? If both moves, which one moves first? Observe without changing anything. Observe the length of your breathing cycle. Are inhalation and exhalation of the same length? Or one of them is naturally longer? Become a witness. Observe, like you were observing someone else's breath. Observe the small pauses between inhalation and exhalation, and between exhalation and inhalation. The small pauses where everything stops, even your breath. Become aware of the 4 phases of your breathing cycle. Inhalation, pause, exhalation, pause. And there too, observe. Is one of the 2 poses longer compared to the other? Or the 2 are the same length? Observe for 3 more breaths. At the end of the 3rd, bring your attention onto your chest and start deepening your thoracic breath. Create longer and slower thoracic breath. Long, slow, deep breath. Observe the chest opening and widening with every inhalation. Observe the bolster helping you to create an even wider opening of the chest. Long, slow, deep and controlled breath. At the end of your next exhalation, take control of the length and create a breathing cycle where you have the inhalation and the exhalation are the same length. Same length for both the active phases of your breath. Long, slow, deep breath. Same length, inhalation and exhalation. 5 more breaths. Same length, inhalation and exhalation. Long, slow, deep breath. At the end of your 5th breath, go back to a normal breath, not controlled. But observe if you have any emotion or feeling rising up by the technique that you used, just for a few moments. And when you feel ready, roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a few moments. Before pushing with the left hand to sit up. Move the bolster, but keep the two blocks not too far from the front side of the mat, because we're going to use it just later. Sit on your heels. Check to have the two big toes touching and exactly the same level. Widen your knees as wide as the mat. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Okay. Roll the hips backward just to push your pubis a little bit up. Okay. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Inhale deeply. And now roll your hips forward. Straighten your arms on completely straight. The elbows doesn't touch the ground. Fingers spread as wide as you can. Allow the forehead to touch the ground. But in the meantime, pull the arms back into the shoulder socket. Allow the shoulders to become wider. Arms are active. Every bit, every centimeter of your arm is active. From the wrists to the shoulders, straight and active. Move the sternum up to the front of the mat, but the shoulder blades down toward the waist. Roll the arms outward and push the two shoulders apart. Pay attention not to bend your elbows. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, slowly come up. Put your hands in contact with your knees. Okay. Inhale. With the exhalation, round your back, push the spine back and look at your belly. Inhale, roll your hips forward, push your spine forward and look at the sky. Exhale, push your spine back. Inhale, push your spine to the front. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, arch your back. Try and focus on every vertebra of your spine and observe which part of your spine move the most, move more easily, and which one doesn't want to work a lot. And try and focus, just keep on pushing the spine to the front and to the back. Keep on rounding and arching your spine, synchronizing the movement and the breath. But just keep on observing which part of your spine move the most and which one maybe need a little bit more movement. Just one more time. Okay. Put the two knees together and put your hands over the thighs, upper thighs, sternum up, shoulder blades down, and start creating circles with the hip. Use also your legs, so rolling outward and inward the legs to help you create this movement. And you can even imagine that your hips are just like a beautiful glass of wine. And before sipping, you have to just round the wine to oxygenate. Exactly the same thing. You're a delicious glass of wine. Okay. Turn also on the other side. And try to focus the movement just on the hips and on the lumbar spine, not on the upper one. Okay, perfect. Now, grab either blanket or something that you can just roll a bit. Doesn't have to be too high, but the idea is to put the base of the palm of the hand over this higher surface to allow the wrists not to bend at 90 degrees. It's just that. So the weight, it will be half and half on the base of the fingers and on the base of the palm. Okay. Put your hands right under the shoulder and the knees right under the hip. Okay. Allow the feet to go wider. Tag the toes under and roll the arms outward. Slide the shoulder blades toward the waist. Allow the shoulders to become wide as much as you can. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, start moving the buttocks back and shoulders down. Keep the shoulders down and slowly start straightening your legs. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, slowly come down. If you don't have a lot of grip on the blanket, you can also put the blanket under the mat. Just pay attention to put it completely perpendicular, because otherwise to the side of the mat, because otherwise you won't be really stable. Okay, and let's do it again. Put your hands over blanket or blanket and mat. Roll the arms outward. Put your feet wide and tuck the toes under. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, buttocks back, shoulders down. Keep the shoulders down and slowly start straightening your legs. Push your chest toward the toes. Roll the arms outward. Push the arms back into the shoulder socket. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, lean forward and enter a plank pose. You can move your feet back if needed. Tuck the tailbone under, sternum up, sternum to the front, and push the heels back. The more you will push the heel back, the more you will be stable. Activate the muscles of your legs. And now, without moving the hands or the feet, go back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Even though it could be wider than usual, push your chest toward the toes even more. More. 3 breaths. And at the end of the 3rd, go down to the mat. Okay, keep the hands always over the blanket. So half of the weight is at the base of the hand, so really next to the wrists, and half on the fingers and on the base of the fingers. Okay. Put the right hand right under your face, still half and half over the blanket. Okay. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, push with the right hand against the ground and try and align the wrists and the right shoulder. And now, push your left shoulder back to align also the left shoulder over the hand, the right hand. lift your left hand and look at the sky, the more that you can. Through breath, keep on pushing against the ground with the right hand. At the end of the third breath, slowly lower your left hand and put your left hand right under the face. Okay. And exactly the same. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Push with your left hand against the ground and move the left shoulder to the right. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Now, move the right shoulder to the left to align the two shoulders over the hand. Lift your hand and look at the sky. 3 breaths. Keep on pushing with your left hand against the ground. At the end of the third, slowly go back with both hands on the ground. Both hands right under the shoulder. Okay. Put the 2 knees together, right under the hips, or even slightly back, but just a few millimeters, not a lot. Okay. Roll the arms outward, sternum up, shoulder blades down. Keep the elbows right over the hands, bend the elbows, and push again. Nope. The elbows stay there, okay? So it's your chest that move forward. Imagine that one day, the upper part of the arms will be parallel to the ground. So roll the arms outward, bend the elbows, and you see the elbows are next to the chest, and then you push again up. Keep the elbows as close as you can to your chest. Don't push too far. That is better to do just a slight movement to the front, but in a complete control of the movement. So keep on rolling the arms outward, because the inner part of the elbows have to face forward all the time. The idea is to keep the elbows there all the time, not opening to the side. Okay? So also this is perfect. Otherwise, just keep on lowering, but keep the elbows as close as you can. Yes, beautiful. Perfect. You're gonna do it 3 times. Just 3 times. Keep the elbows as close as you can. Have to really touch the chest. Once that you go, oh, you're amazing. Perfect. Just perfect. So one last time. Okay, perfect. And move up. Okay, widen your knees, sit on your heels, keep the 2 big toes touching, sternum up, shoulder blades down, roll the hips forward, and lower the body. Stay there with the hands to the front of the mat for 3 breaths, 3 long, slow, controlled breaths. At the end of the third, come up. Okay, and again, put your hands over the blanket. Okay, knees right under the hips. Do a small, super small step back with your knees. Open your feet wider. Tuck the toes under. Inhale deeply with the exhalation. Buttocks back, shoulders down. Keep the shoulders down and start straightening your legs. Keep on pushing the chest toward the toes. Roll the arms upward. Allow the arms to get into the shoulder socket. Okay, beautiful. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, put your feet together in the middle of the mat. Okay, now inhale deeply. With the exhalation, lean forward for, again, your plank pose. Take the tailbone under, sternum up, shoulder blades down. Inhale deeply. And with the exhalation, again, Adho Mukha Svanasana with the 2 feet touching. Okay. Keep as much as you can the hands over the blanket. Inhale, exhale, plank. Push your heels back to give you a little bit more support. Move your hip a little bit up. No, up. Even more. Take the tailbone under. A little bit more. Okay. And again, Adho Mukha Svanasana. One last time. Inhale deeply. Exhale, plank. And since it looks easy for you, roll the arms outward and start bending slightly, just slightly, your elbows. Still in plank pose. Okay, roll the arms outward and bend the elbows. And then Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay, turn pose for 3 breaths. Toe pose. Just relax. Okay. And after the 3rd breath, 3 more. Just relax. Okay, that's good. Now, move a bit your wrists. Okay. Perfect. Now, move your blanket away. And again, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So prepare for your position. Hands right under the shoulders, knees right under the hips. Roll the arms outward. Open your feet and tuck the toes under. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, push your buttocks back, shoulders down. Keep the shoulders down and slowly start. Yes, perfect. Keep on pushing your chest toward the toes. Now, lift your heels as high as you can and roll the hips forward. Keep on pushing the chest toward the toes. more, more, more to your maximum. And only there, without losing, without compromising this movement of the chest toward the toes, allow the heels to relax down, even though they won't be as low as before. It doesn't matter. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, start walking backward with your hands. And enter Uttanasana with the feet wide. Allow the spine to unwind. Relax your arms. Keep the weight of your body on the ball of the feet and roll the legs slightly inward. Allow the hips to roll forward. Close your eyes and stay there. Five breaths. At the end of the fifth breath, put your hands on the ground. Nope. Hands on the ground. Keep your arms straight and walk a bit forward just to have a similar position to Adho Mukha Svanasana, but the weight on the hands are still present, but not as much as in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay. There, lift your heels as much as you can, but keep on pushing the chest toward the toes. 3 breaths. And at the end of the third, go back with the heels onto the ground. Okay. Now, lean forward to have the shoulders right over the wrists. Okay. And put the 2 feet together. So this is not Adho Mukha Svanasana. The shoulders are right over the wrists. Okay. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, lift your right leg parallel to the ground. Okay, beautiful. 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, lower your right leg, lean on your right leg and left your left one. Lift your left one. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, slowly lower your feet and walk back with your hands for Uttanasana with the 2 feet together. Keep the legs straight and the weight of your body on the ball of the feet. Allow the hips to roll forward, but there too, roll the legs inward. 3 breaths.
At the end of the third breath, put your hands over the waist, bend your knees, and slowly
come up. Okay, perfect. So put your right leg to the front of the mat, left leg back. The two legs are straight. Check your hip. Check to have the hip parallel to the short side of the mat. Okay. Sternum up, shoulder blades down, roll the arms outward. Push the two thumbs back. Okay, perfect. Inhale deeply. Without compromising this opening of the chest, roll the hips forward. Keep on looking in front of you. Roll the hips forward and start lowering your chest. Until you have it parallel to the ground. Keep on looking on front, sternum up, shoulder blades down. Move your hands back. Sternum up. Beautiful. Okay. Legs active. And slowly come up. Keep on rolling the arms outward. Keep on opening the chest. Belly in. Inhale deeply. And with the exhalation, bend your right leg. Remember that the maximum, it will be where your knee will be perfectly over your ankle. If you need to, you can always walk forward with your right feet to find a good position. Okay, really beautiful. Keep on pushing your left heel down to the ground and slowly straighten your right leg. Put your hands on the waist and change leg. Left leg to the front, right leg to the back. Check to have the hip parallel to the short side of the mat. So use the rolling inward and outward of the legs to help you this movement. Sternum up, shoulder blades down, roll the arms outward, push the thumb back, open the chest. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, roll the hip forward and start lowering the chest until you have it parallel to the ground. Keep on pushing your hands to the back of the mat, but keep on lifting your sternum up. Look in front of you. Legs straight and active. Okay. Last moments. Beautiful. Really beautiful. And slowly, slowly come up. Belly in. Bend your left leg. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Roll the arms outward. Keep on opening your chest. Perfect. Keep on pushing your right heel back down to the mat, but keep on bending your left knee. Okay, perfect. Last moments. And slowly come up. Take the 2 blocks. Put the 2 blocks to the front of the mat. Right leg forward, but a little bit to the back of the 2 blocks. And left leg on the back of the mat. Okay, perfect. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Put your hands on the waist. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, roll the hips forward. Keep on pushing the two elbows together and keep on looking in front of you until you have the chest parallel to the ground. The two legs are active. Okay. When you arrive at your maximum, put your hands over the bricks. The bricks are a little bit forward compared to your right feet. Sternum up, shoulder blades down, roll the arms outward. Keep on rolling the hips forward. Okay. And if you can, rolling the hips even further, walk forward with your blocks. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, bend your right leg. Okay. Move forward with your body until you have all the weight on the right leg and over the blocks, and lift your left leg. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. You can move your bricks in a different position to have it more comfortable for you. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, move your bricks in a lower position and lean even more over the blocks. Still with the left leg up. Yes. Okay. Perfect. 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, even lower. Three breaths. At the end of the third, bend your right leg and come up. Yay! Good, beautiful. Take the bricks again, put the bricks closer to the feet. Like we started with the right leg. Keep the left leg to the front of the mat and right one on the back of the mat. Okay. Check to have the hip as much as you can parallel to the short side of the mat. Sternum up, shoulder blades down, put your hands on the waist. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, roll the hips forward, keep on looking in front of you. The two legs are active. And keep on lowering the chest until you arrive parallel to the ground. When you're there, put your hands over the bricks. Sternum up, shoulder blades down, keep on looking in front of you. Keep on rolling the hip forward, and doing so, walk forward with your bricks as much as you can. The lower you go, the further you will go with the bricks. Keep on looking in front of you. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. 3 breaths.
the end of the third breath, slowly bend your left leg. Move your body to the front of the mat and lift your right leg. Okay. Move your bricks if you need to find a comfortable position. The weight of your body is both on the left leg, but also on the arms. So use the bricks. Okay. And now try not to move your right leg, but change the height of the bricks. Lower the bricks. Yes, beautiful. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, lower the bricks again for 3 breaths. Put your weight also on the bricks. 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, slowly come back
and enter Tadasana. Mountain pose. Big toes are touching, heels lightly apart. Pubis up, shoulder blades down, sternum up. Roll the arms outward, close your eyes. Push with your feet against the ground to grow taller and allow the arms to relax completely. Pubis up, sternum up, shoulder blades down, tailbone down. Last moments. Okay. Slowly open your eyes and down to the mat again. Okay. So bend your knees. Keep the feet not too close to your buttocks, but put your hands behind your buttocks. You can either keep the fingers pointing your buttocks or outward, up to you, the one that you prefer. Inhale deeply with the exhalation. Push with both feet and hand against the ground and lift your hip. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Even there. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, slowly lower your hip. Okay, now change the position of the hands. So if you have it outward, then move it to have it pointing to your buttocks. Inhale deeply with the exhalation. Push with both hands and feet against the ground and lift your hip. 3 breaths. And slowly come down. Okay, now straighten your legs. Bend slightly the elbows. Still the hands pointing to the buttocks. Bend slightly the elbows, just slightly, not too much. Keep the elbows as close as you can between each other. Inhale deeply with the exhalation. Lift your buttocks. Yeah, you can do it. Yes, yes, yes. And now straighten your arms. Okay. And again, down. That is hard, I know. Now, lay down on the mat. Pull the back of your head away from the shoulders, bend your knees, grab your knees, and push the knees toward the chest. Okay. Roll to the right and to the left. Okay. And now roll completely on the right side. Push with your left hand to sit up. Not yet, Shavasana. No, no. Not yet. Okay, now we're approaching Shavasana. It's the last pose. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do. The idea is to sit over the hands with your buttocks. Okay. Now I'm going to show you and then we can do it together. The idea is to lift as much as you can your chest. You bend the elbows and you push the elbows closer, as close as you can. Now, you keep on pushing the chest toward the sky. So you push with your elbows against the ground and allow the back of the head, the top of the head, to touch the ground. So to do so, you can see that I'm moving. The elbows are not as bent as in the previous position. So we start like that, but then when you allow the head to go down, you also allow the elbows to go straighter, because otherwise it's impossible to, almost for me, to touch the ground. But when you have a contact with the ground, then again, you push as much as you can the chest toward the toes. So the idea is to have the top of the head touching, but really slightly. It's almost just the air touching and not really the skull. Okay? Perfect. So, hands under the buttocks, sternum up, shoulder blades down, bend the elbows, and lower the elbows to the ground. Move the elbows as close as you can. Okay, now push the chest toward the sky. Allow the head to move toward the ground. Once that you have the head touching the ground, push with the elbows against the ground to lift a tiny bit. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, straighten your elbows, straighten your arms, and lay down for Shavasana. Find your comfortable position in Shavasana. So if you need a bolster under the knees, go ahead. If you need a blanket, go ahead. If you need socks or a sweatshirt or whatever, just find your comfortable position.
allow your body to relax completely. At the end of Shavasana, I'm gonna chant a mantra. And at the end of the mantra, I'm gonna guide you out of the pose. Till that very moment, just relax. Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Chasaka Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Travinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Really slowly. Start moving your toes and fingers. Bring back the awareness into your body. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Let go all tension. One last time. Bend your knees, roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a few moments before sitting comfortably for the chant of 3 Om. You can always sit over the bolster if it's more comfortable for you. Keep the spine straight, but relax. Put thumb and index finger together with the palm of the hand either facing the sky or the ground, whichever is more comfortable for you. Eyes closed. Inhale deeply. Put your hands in prayer position just in front of the chest. Open your eyes. Namaste.